welcome back to my channel. It's Birgitte and I am here to show you my completed pages from 2020. If you haven't watched the previous videos, I recommend you go watch them. I will have a playlist ready for all the completed pages. You will find that either up here right now or down in the description. So let's get started. So I will start off with my small books from the I Love Coloring collection that I have, and we start off with the just I Love Coloring. So in here I have this one. This was a old web. It was super awful. I will insert a picture there. So that is how it used to look like. And then I didn't know how to fix it, so I went over it with gesso. So it made kind of like a new paper or something for me to color, because I could just cover everything with it. I saw the lines and I saw some of the colors over here, for example, and I just used the same colors over with polychromos, and then I used some Posca to make the water, and I believe it's shaded with white pencil around. So I managed to fix this one. Next one is this one. Was also a bib. I was using the no brand pencils that I have and some white Posca. And then the last one was also a old ruined VIP, or it wasn't really a VIP, it was a test page where I have tested alcohol markers and stuff. You can see bled through here, and I was testing different methods to how to use alcohol markers without it bleeding through. So you see here there's a lot, and there's just fading more and more. I was trying different things, and then I just went over it with gel pens. I don't know if you can tell, but you can see some text here because I was writing down what I have done. So these are glitter gel pens and metallic gel pens, white gel pen, or Posca, I believe, just to cover over everything. But I did figure out that gesso, you have one coat of gesso, or maybe two, you can still see the lines of the coloring, and you can use alcohol markers without bleed through. If you want to test this out, I recommend you test out on a scrap piece of paper first before, so you are sure that it actually works. So yeah, that was I Love Coloring. Then we have I Love Coloring Gold, or gold coloring, and this one is colored with the Derwent Color Softs. So everything in this book has some gold elements on it. So this was just the background. I was just going crazy with the colors. That was gold coloring. Then I love coloring flowers. This one has some paint on it. Anyways, I colored this one. And I believe this is Prismacolor. And you can see that I have a lot of only one in each book here, and that is because I had so many books that I haven't touched yet, so I've started working on those and at least color one in each book. So that is this one. Then we have one in I Love Mermaids. That is this one, and it's colored with polychromos. No, this is Prismacolor. And I use some white Posca for the bubbles, and also here, but it has the pencil underneath has gone through, so these are pink, not white anymore. That was Mermaids. Last one of the I Love coloring books is the unicorns, and I have done this one with Prismacolor and white Posca. I outlined the glass with Posca. Then we have the Pocket Moomin coloring book. And I have done the Grook in here. What are these lines? I don't know what these lines are. But it's done with Prismacolor. Also colored the text. I don't know what happened here. You can see if I touch this. Do you see that? I believe there's something. I guess it's wax from the Prismacolors. Something weirdly satisfying doing this though. Anyways, that was the Moomin coloring book. And we have coloring book for adults by Ludovic Jacques, Claire Fontaine. And I have done this one. This is also Prismacolors, and then I use some Posca to make clouds. What I do is I scribble some Posca here, and then I dab it. So it's not like super harsh, bright Posca. That is that one. Then we have two in Alan Roberts' The Beauty of Horror, Tricks and Treats. And we have the nameplate page. This is colored with Prismacolor and some Posca. And then we have this one colored with polychromos, white Posca and yellow Posca. Also use some yellow Posca around the lines on this one. And there's also some metallic gel pen around these ones and in these ones. That was beautiful, Tricks and Treats. Then we have Systrarna Gränes coloring book, or it's called Anna and Clara's coloring book, and this is a local store that we have. I think it's a Scandinavian store, and I have done this one, and this was colored with the No Brand pencils. That was that one. That was all the small books, and now we're moving on to normal size books. This is Summer Scenes by Creative Haven, illustrated by Teresa Goodrich. And I have colored this one. This was colored with Winsor Newton Pro markers. You see it's bled through. And then I have shaded with polychromos. I did the same cloud method here as well, with dabbing on Posca. Really hard to tell, but that was Summer Scenes. Then I finally got around to do my Coloring Haven books. This is the Halloween special, and I believe this is the 2020 Halloween book. There is one from 2019 as well, and it's called the same, so I'm not sure. And there is no date, so... but I believe it's 2020. And I have colored this one. This is done with Pro markers as a base, and then I have used Prismacolor on top, and also a lot of white Posca. You can see it bled through. I used a lot of color to make the background. I tried to make it dark blue, but it ran out, so I had to cover it in black. That was the Halloween special. Then we have another Halloween special, and I can tell here on the price tag it says 2019. So the other one was 2020. And here I did this one. Here as well I have these weird dots and stuff. I can just... It looks like it's frost, but it's not really cold in here. Do you see that? If anyone knows what this means, let me know in the comments. It's super weird. You can see it here. It's covered in, like, I don't know. What it is. It looks like dust, but this book have been closed and put inside of a bookshelf, which is inside of a closet, so there shouldn't be dust. But anyways, this is colored with Prismacolors and some white Posca. Then we have Annual 2020, which is Coloring Heaven pictures from 2019. So don't ask me why it's called 2020. But anyways, I did this one. I'm really happy with this one. She turned out beautiful. It's a Christine Karen page. I used Pro markers and as a base, and then I used Prismacolor. No, this is Polychromos, and then I used white Posca. Then we have Bohemian Beauties. And I did this one. Really happy with this one too. It is Pro markers as a base and shaded with Polychromos, detailed with Posca and stickles, and also gold paint. Let me see if I can show you that. You can see the glitter in her eyes and on her lips, also on her nails. There's gold in the snake. There. Bohemian Beauties. we have the Australia book. I colored this one by Josh Lee. Absolutely love Josh Lee's style. And it's colored with pro markers, polychromos, and Posca. So it's white Posca and there is yellow Posca. Australia. Then we have rabbits. And I have done this by Charles Santori. I think it's Santori. And this is with pro markers and polychromos and Posca. Rabbits. Then we have one in Wildlife Wonders by Mariola, and this is a book with pages from all her other books. I did this one. I just wanted to relax and do something quick, so I did this one in glitter gel pens. The all shininess. Those Wildlife Wonders. Then I have this Disney Junior book. It's called Puppy Dog Pals. And I have done this one with polychromos and white Posca. Actually, I started this in 2019 and finished it in 2020. Almost a year. I also drew in a picture in the frame that wasn't there. Yeah, that was Puppy Dog Pals. Then we have the Mouse Guard by David Peterson. And I have done one here, and that is this one done with Inktense. And I think I've done some highlights with white pencil and then Posca on top. And then some Posca in the clouds. I'm doing this whole book in Inktense. And here I have planned out the colors for this mouse. And it's from the Saxon character, which I found on David Peterson's website. He has a lot of characters listed there, and I tried to find them in the book. So I do believe this is Saxon. That was the Mouse Guard. Then we have the official Game of Thrones coloring book by George R.R. Martin. And this was a old lib that I finished. by Sansa, and I have used Holy Chromos and White Posca. That was the Game of Thrones book. Then I have some big books. I can actually let it in right away. Like, alright. Yep. Alright. And here we got this one. And I think that is it. Okay. It's a monkey. This is a dot-to-dot book. I do want to color them though, like this one from 2016. But I figured maybe I should just do the lines first and then color it. So that was 1000 dot-to-dot Animal Kingdom by Thomas Pavitt, maybe? Then we have A Color Quest by Johanna Webster, and I am doing this one in order. I bought this in 2016 and started this one, but I finished it 2020. So, trying to fit everything inside. So I started with pencils, but it got tedious and I gave up. And then I covered everything with pro markers. This one is also done with pro markers. This one is pro markers, and I shaded a lot of things with just a darker color of that selected color and white with highlight. This one I outlined everything with a eyeliner and colored in with the pro markers. And this one is only cross-hatching eyeliners. You can see all those lines. So that was Color Quest. Then I have a Sea Voyage Dot to Dot by Emily Wallace. This one is also done in order. I don't remember when I started it, because I forgot to put down the date. I'll just flip through how far I got. This one is not done, I can see. Huh. Or maybe... yeah, I did it in pencil first. And then I outlined with pen. And then I erased the pencil, so I guess I didn't want to have whatever is there, and I'm probably gonna color it later. These books are super relaxing. Here I started with colors as well, fine liners. And that is the last one. That was A Sea Voyage, an anti-stress dot adventure by Emily Wallis. Here's the last dot book. This is by Garrett Moore. I guess Animal Kingdom. Ultimate dot animals, it's called. Done this one in order too. And this one has, the dots have colors, so you use the color that the dots is showing. And that was the last one. Then we have Seasons by Hannah Carlson, and I have done the nameplate page, and I really love this page. It is done with Inktense and some Inktense in the background, and then polychromos, and then white Posca and yellow Posca. That was Seasons. Then we have the Tales from the Midnight Masquerade by Hannah Carlson. And I have done the nameplate page here as well. I used polychromos and then I blended with baby oil or maybe Vaseline, I'm not sure. And then I used some fine liners to make dots to shade everything and make sand. And then I used some white Posca as stars and yellow Posca as highlights in the grass. And also I made this background, there was only the bunnies and flags. That was the Midnight Masquerade. Then we have Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosant, and I have done one in here. That is this one. This is Polychromos, Neocolor 2s, and I think I went over it with pastels to smooth it out. And I have some white Posca. And I believe that is it. And I used complementary colors on each of them. So here it's green, red, blue, orange, yellow, purple, pink, green, and blue, orange again. But it's different. You can see there's different oranges, different blues, 2 different greens, 2 different reds. This pink is red, it's just a light red. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this one. I also have 2 whips in here, so maybe we'll see this one in the February finished pages. Then I have Creative Heaven or Haven, Creative Kittens, illustrated by Mariola Sarnat. If I said that correctly. And this one is basically only washi tape. So everything is washi tape that I just taped it down and then cut out every little piece. And the only thing that is colored is the cats. They also have some glitter gel pens also inside the wings here. And I was getting holes in the paper, and I don't know if you can see it, but there are some cuts here and there. And the tape wasn't really sticking too much, so I went over it with some varnish. So it is staying here. And this was a challenge in Color and Chat with Sammie's challenge. It's called the Checklist Challenge, I believe. I will link it down below. Then we have Home Sweet Home by Teresa Goodridge. And I have done this one. This is done with Polychromos, white Posca, and gold paint. You can see there are some in the piggy bank and in the books up here, the border. And there's also a sticker in here. I don't know if you can find it. Can you find the sticker? Alright, the sticker is here. You see, it's shiny. I find it fitting well in there, so why not? That was Home Sweet Home. Then we have Lost Ocean by Johanna Basford, and I did the nameplate page. This is done with acrylic paint in the background, polychromos in the plants, white Posca, and around here there is fine liner. The reason that it's paint here, because I had started this with my name and I didn't like it, so I covered it with paint. And then we have this one, which was an old web where I was testing out methods to cover up the black lines. So this was basically a test page, but I finished it last year, so I used polychromos, fine liners, Posca, glitter, gel pens. You can see that it's shining here. Neocolor 2s in the background. That was Lost Ocean. Then we have one in Imagimorphia by Kirby Rosans. And that is this one, which also was an old VIP. It was pretty tedious to color everything the same color, but I managed, so I was trying to use as little color as possible. But I mean, there's a bunch of stuff around here that sticks out, which is fine, I guess. I guess that is what you want to see, maybe, so. And this is done with polychromos. I actually didn't use Posca on this one. And I usually use Posca on every page. So yeah, that was Imagimorphia. Then we got Summer Nights by Hannah Carlson. And we got this one. This was also a part of the coloring checklist challenge by Sammie, using a stencil in your page, and I used a stencil to make the background. I was trying to make it look like a tree, and I used polychromos. Then we got Daydreams by Hannah Carlson. And I did this one. This was done with polychromos and white Posca. And I actually taped a border around here, and then so it would be straight lines, and then I colored the background. The colors are not showing up as in real life, but and then we have another one, and that is this one. This one I'm really happy with. This is done with polychromos, white Posca, and some stickles. Really hard to show these stickles because everything is glaring, including the pencil, so let me see here, maybe it's better to see it. So it's inside of the wings, the butterflies. So that was Daydreams. Then we have Sagor och Sagner by Emilia Lidehäll Öberg. And the last page in this book that I did is this one. This is done with polychromos, white Posca, Neocolor tooth in the background, a lot of purple shading. Then we have the On the Farm book. This was a coloring checklist challenge where I had to only block color. So I was choosing a book that I didn't care too much about, but I do kind of regret it. I wish I did just a simple, maybe a mandala or something, and just use gel pens, because I like that much better than colored pencils, just blocked, color blocking. So this was done with polychromos. Then we have 2 pages in The Magical City by Lizzie Mary Cullen. These ones used Derwent Intense and white Posca, and I think I actually did some shading with pencil here with polychromos. Same on this page. Magical City. Then we have the Witcher coloring book, and I have done this one. This one was really tedious. There was so many details and it took a really long time. And it's done with Prismacolors and a white Posca. I also drew in the floor because there was just blank floor and I wanted some planks. That was that one. Then we have Magical Dawn by Hannah Carlson. And I've done this one. I was out camping or tenting. I was sleeping in a tent in the forest and I brought this book and I started coloring this one. I finished it inside though. Because this is paint, so I couldn't do that in outside. I started with polychromos and then There is black acrylic paint and white Posca. And I put this out on Instagram and I got a bit starstruck because Hannah Carlson actually liked the photo of this one. I'm really happy with this one. Magical Dawn. Then we have The Secret Garden by Johanna Basfords, and this was a VIP from 2019, I think. And then I finished it last year, done with Prismacolors, white Posca, and glitter gel pens. See that shine in the flowers and the wings. Then we have one from Doodle Invasion by Kirby Rosance, and that is this one. That was an old whip as well that I finished. Done with pro markers, shaded with purple polychromos, and highlighted with white polychromos. And there's some Posca, and there is fine liners to make sand. Purple shadowing is super effective. And then we got the last book that I want to show you, and that is Fairy Tales by Emilie Lidehall Öberg. And this was an old whip that I finished. This was done with polychromos and white Posca. I really like this one. This was a limited color palette. So that was the last book, but I want to show you the PDFs that I colored as well. So here are the PDFs that I colored in 2020. And this is Flourish coloring book, which was a free coloring book that Johanna Basfords put out on her website. I will link that down below. And I was using polychromos as usual. So I made a frame and some wood in the background to make it look like a picture. Then we have this Harry Potter illustration from Fabiana Attanasios. The colors are freaking out. Maybe if I do this. So this was done with polychromos and white Posca. Maybe you can see the colors better over here. Maybe not. No, I don't know. Then we have this free page from Baylee J. This was an old whip that I finished using Pro markers and polychromos and Posca. Why is everything starting with P? You got Posca, polychromos, Prismacolors, Pro markers, and there's probably more. There's that one. Then we have this one, which is my own illustration. This is my logo on the channel. This will be found at my Etsy store in the practice pages of the flowers. So this is the bonus page in that pack. And I used polychromos. Then we got Mariola Budeks. This was from her Etsy. And I used some gray toned paper and polychromos. Also Mariola Budeks on gray toned paper, polychromos, and Posca. I wish I did the cat in a different color. I don't think the cat looks so Halloweeny, so I should have colored it darker. But I do have the PDF, so I can do it again. And I also use some Posca. And then the last one, this is also Mariola Budeks. And it's colored with polychromos and luminance and white Posca. So this was the last one of 2020. Actually, there was 27th of December. So yeah. So that was everything that I colored in 2020, and I have now also showed you everything that I have ever colored. I hope you enjoyed all these videos. Next up, I will show you my completed pages of January. I know it's late, but I had so much to film and edit and have a full-time job, and yeah, there's a lot, so it will come out. So stay tuned for that. Let me know in the comments what you think about my pages. Let me know if there is something within my colorings that you would like me to show you how I did. And I hope you saw some progress from 2015 to all the way to till now. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe and put on the bell notification to make sure that you can get a notification when I next upload something. Take care everyone, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.